Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. What I do for you. I gotta get a lesson in right quick. I got other things to do. So let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune into receiving them. I appreciate you. You got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right Thinkers mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know yourself? You will when I'm through. A person who knows, it's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in, I can help you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. Person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here too. Wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. Hey, to my yacht, be true. I'm wrapping up the lesson with the technique, or you know it as the obelisk. Okay, we just gave you the Gabin new concept. Right thinkers, let's talk about holding the earth and raising the obelisk. Then I'm gonna take you through the phenomenal mink, the phenomenal sphinx, the cosmic sphinx. Break that down for you, and give you the basic temple with the two pylons. Break that down for you, and that should be it. So I got a few pages of information I can get to you before we wrap it up. So let's go. I end up telling you about the Gabin Teknu, Tekhnu. It means obelisk. Okay, this term is phonetically related to the scales. Okay, and the heart, the ab. Okay, TKH, Tek, or Tekhi, TKHY, no vowels, or Tekhu, TKHU, which means vibration. Okay, plummeted for what? The scales of vibration, energy, frequency, and vibration. Vibration is what get things done. Watch this. Pay attention. Vibration, Tek, TKH, is related to the Tek, TKH, or the Tekhi, TKHY, or the Tekhu, which means, again, vibration. But Tek, TKHI, represents what? The ibis bird. First we had the scales. Now we got the ibis bird. See this little trend we going? Okay. Now Tekhi, which is the ibis god of the judgment of the heart. That's where the ab, you see that. Whenever the ab, that means the heart is involved. Tahute, God's heart and mind. One mind, two things, one mind. That's God. Okay. Tekhi, TKHI, is also the god of what? The first month. In the zodiac, Aries starts the year off, and guess what he represents? The head. Every zodiac sign is a part of the body. Okay. And guess who that represents? Tahute. Also, it relates. Excuse me. Everything is symbology, and if you can understand the signs and symbols, you can learn a lot because they hide behind the symbols, and only esoteric messaging or understanding will get the true answer. That's the truth. And Tekhi, TKHU, Tekhu, excuse me, that means to beat a drum. Cause vibration. Play music. Thus, Teknu means what? The place where the first vibration occurred. And where was that place? I can tell you. Which brought what? Creation into existence. Let there be. vibration, into physical consciousness. And the whole point of mentioning, uttering the words, that's called words of power, Heka. He's the person who gives you the ability to, he's the God of power of what? Utterance of words. Prayer, constantly. But the first utterance, again, here you go, that's the word. Utterance of God, what? Of his own name. Not some laboratory, not some aliens, okay? No, self-creator. We go with that philosophy. Stand right there. Excuse me. He uttered his own name. Ra. Okay? Whatever name he uttered, that's how we see God as creating himself. And that started what? The ripples in the primeval ocean. Remember, it was just there. And it caused what? The waters to turn into now what we call forms and creation. That's the creation story. From the beginning, conceptually breaking it down so you can understand it. Now we're going to move on. You see a sign right here where it said, holding the earth. It's like raising the obelisk. Okay? You see the guy right there with the going to the ground? That means you plant something, something's going to come up. Okay? But let's talk about this. The obelisk is related to what? The mysticism of what? Resurrection. Reason coming up. If you, they just, I see a commercial. If you don't wake up in the morning with a morning erection, they say you're dying. Moving on. It is commensurate with what? The raising of what? The pillars of Asar, or excuse me, pillar, not two, but pillar of Asar, where? In the Asarian mystery, the Jed pillow. Recall that Asar is what? He was the first born son of Gad, meaning he's the first out of the elements to become physical form human. That's the sixth element, man. Now, in the pyramid text, I'm familiar with them, 1394-5, it said, the earth is hacked up by the hoe. That's the ego cutting up Asar. Another story. I'm just trying to help you along the way here. But the offering is presented by Geb. Open your mouth for your son Asar. All human beings, here you go, all human beings, be you male or female, will become Asar when? At the time of their physical death, at Judgment Day. If you pass, you become Asar mark. Get it? That's the concept. Get that lesson before. But this is the concept. Now, in the Book of Dead contains the statement, I have received the whole on the day of hacking up the earth. This statement is followed how? By the perpetuation, may you cause what? To enter the what? The perfect soul. If it's past judgment. Into what? The house of Asar, aka heaven. Y'all call it now, whatever. But again, we had the original concept. That's what I'm giving you. And watch this. Geb, being the god of who? The earth, does what? Receives what? The physical body of all human beings. He gets them all. But guess what? Of all human beings, got that. So therefore, it should be important to understand, hold the earth by what? By entering into what? The netherworld. The body can't go there. And this development is symbolized, watch this, by what? The raising of the obelisk, which is tantamount to what? A risal of the sex energy, and its sublimation is a transcendental movement upwards toward the sky, wherein waits new to what? To receive the righteous souls. I'm not done. I'm just getting started. We just getting started. And this is the philosophy that they live by and practice. Now, in the tombs of Rick Maria at Thebes, what happened? The rite of hoeing the earth and raising the obelisk are depicted at an entrance of the tomb. Now, let's talk about, remember I gave you the breakdown of the Sphinx and the zodiac sign and to prove how old it really is. Why? Because the carbon dating don't go back that far. The Sphinx is over 10,000 years old. This for starters. So all that Sumerians started 6,000 years ago, invented the wheel, all that. Man, I ain't getting involved in that, but that's what y'all like to say. Moving on. Picture I just showed you, 31, is the phenomenal Sphinx, which is on the left, the physical one that we built here on Earth, meets the cosmic Sphinx on the right, which is in the form of the constellation Leo, aka the lion. Right now we are in Aquarius, the water bearer information. We just came out of Pisces, the secretive, okay, and so we got a few ways back. And every cycle, every zodiac sign goes for 2,155 to 2,160 years, depending on the leap year and 5 days. Okay, that's fact. That's nature. You can keep any calendar you want. They use that. Why? They made heaven on earth. As above, so below. So every fraction that they did started with the Sphinx, which is the first. And all the guys in Egypt got lion heads. All that, no, that just put a whole bunch of stuff in perspective for me. I learned a whole lot of stuff. I'm just bugging with the information. Let's go. Now it shows you right here. The glare out there. Okay. See the constellation in the physical form, the other one in the dotted, that's the constellation of Leo. This happened in the sky for the Egyptians back in 10,858 BCE. Proof right there. And they had a philosophy and a concept that would fit perfect. Watch this. On the right, you see the form of the constellation Leo. They're looking at each other. He's looking west, he's looking east. They're looking at each other. Okay? They were looking for the Sphinx. Well, it's supposed to be double-headed lions. We know that. But the constellation is no longer there. So we just stuck with the one. And they just figured that out. My man, I love him, the guy. Wilcox, okay, and Brunel, a few good Egyptologists who do good work. I love them guys. Why? They make it simple. They're not prejudiced. They're not none of them nonsense. They just give it to you. So let me talk about this right quick. You got what they call the constellation between Earth and Heaven. The Sphinx on Earth and the Sphinx in Heaven. You tie them together by becoming what? One with your higher self. The physical plane and the astral plane. When we are conscious, we're living on the physical plane. When we lay down and go to sleep and at rest, we go to the astral plane because the body is no longer in use. That's the spiritual. That's the realm that you need to get comfortable with. Why? That's where you're going to be. I told you, when you go to sleep, you practice for the astral plane. Get used to that. Understand that. It's all up here. Okay? You got the Hermiket. That's the Sphinx on Earth. And then you got the constellation of what? Ru, the lion. Lion god Uti, Ra Uti, okay? Now, that's the lion god that's in the zodiac, a.k.a. heaven. They fully understood and was totally aware of that. Moving on. And note, for greater insight, I got a little tidbit for the horoscope people. For greater insight into this picture, you see the one above entitled, The Sphinx Facing Due East, at the beginning of the what? The great year and faces of the constellation Leo as it makes its what? Heliacal rising. Meaning in the zodiac spot, it be coming around now. That was this age of Leo. And that was over 10,000 years ago. Which presents what? The same image. But looking from what? The west. When viewed from the side, north or south, you see the image in the constellation of Akhet emerges. That's the female lion, the lioness. Tufnut is the lioness. Sekhmet is the lioness. Bastet is the lioness. A lot of lion things going on. That's just beautiful because it put everything in perspective for me. A little personal there. All right, but more information, more knowledge and understanding that I can build on and teach. Watch this. Now, you got the picture I just showed you. The picture of the Sphinx, the glyph, used to symbolize the actual monuments created for the Sphinx in the causeway at various temples. I had that information. That's what I call the fluff, but I'm going to show it to you. We had two different sites. The first one there is the pyramid site right here. That's the pyramid. This is the causeway. This is the boat that comes down. That's the pyramid site. Then you had the other temple site right here with the temple right there, the outdoor temple All this the same thing. They had all that conceptually understood, and they practiced it. They understood it. It's a beautiful thing. You got the basic pyramid complex, and you got the basic sun temple complex. Two different buildings, but treated the same way. Okay? Where we at? I'm just rolling right now. I'm loving this. Hope you understand the information. I'm trying to make it easy for you. I just gave you the temple card. I'll show you the picture, but this is what it looks like in the glyph form. You see the connection, that silver cord? That silver cord is life, okay? That's the spirit. And from the physical to the astral, when the life in the physical body, that cord is cut. That's when the party's over, okay? Physical, you're going to stay here to gab. Spiritual, if you get enlightened, you're going home to new. Okay, that's who we call heaven and earth. Y'all call it heaven and earth. We had names for it. Why? We gave it personality. We gave it individual. Gave it a story. Brought it to life. What did they really live? We keep telling you they were mythological people. The principles are true. The principle that we set forth is real. Why? You can practice them and know them for yourself. That's why. But these are stories. Watch this. The New Kingdom era temples actually continue what they call the solar mysticism, as they recreate the Aket symbol, which is pretty much my calling card. Okay? And you see here with the disc in between. Right there. The sun disc coming up between. Excuse me. Get the glare out. Get the glare out. Get the glare out. How I get the glare out of there? Hope you can see it. Right there? No, that's the ad. Where's the sun? There's the hump right there with the sun coming up between the horizon. But this is it. They built temples to show you how important it was to keep the pylons and keep the sun, showing you the symbology behind it. And it's a beautiful thing. Why? It's in nature. Okay? Now, the New Kingdom era simply actually continues. The Aket symbol, each pylon, Boaz, Joachim. Okay, now I got one better. You hear that? Strength and wisdom, or beauty and wisdom. I am the end result, wisdom. Wisdom, strength, and beauty is something that matter. I can't even forget this stuff, but it was all symbology, and it all makes sense when you put it together and understand it. Another lesson, but right now, I live it. Why? I keep it there all the time. Okay, naturally. It seemed to be, but that's what you do. With symbolism, you can put stuff there and want to look out of place. Okay, let's go. That's what they was put good for. And you got the Aker. Remember, the symbol of Aket is one side. Each pylon symbolizes what? Two lions. Aker, as well as what? The two sides of the valley through which the sun moves. That's the concept. And this means what? That every initiate is like the sun, meaning what? Moving through duality and into what? Eternity. As the greater the movement, the closer the initiate move to what? The Holy of Holies, meaning having knowledge of God within your mind conscious, wherein the deepest mysteries are what? Are discovered. Everybody don't get there, okay? And all ignorant mortal existence, what? Comes to a screeching end, a halt. Why? Just as the setting sun brings forth what? The end of a day, intelligence brings the end of ignorance, and the end of creation, so to speak, knowledge brings on what? A new day. That's why the sun shines every day. It goes down every day. Again, conceptually. I just showed you the basic temple design with the two pylons. Now they built a building so that the sun would go down between it. If that ain't smart, or looking ahead, I don't know what is. And it was way ahead. But I want to the comment called life. This is the basic of physical, spiritual. See what keeps them connected? When that cord is cut, you separate. One going one way and one going the other. You go that way and he's going. The body gonna stay the earth. If the spirit is enlightened, there you go. If not, that way, reincarnation. Okay? I got some more information. I want to take you right over here to what they call the Great Pyramid of Egypt, with the mystical constellation view from the east. They built the pyramid so perfect that they got two views of the sky, the southern and the northern. That's genius. If you see right here, they're showing you a picture of the pyramid. The king's chamber, his stuff is heading to over here with the 3 stars. That's the constellation of the Giza pyramid. But in ancient times, you can look over here. That's the Big Dipper. That's the foot, the clothes, or whatever. But these is all information that they see from one side of the pyramid to the other. They knew that too. But we're smarter than them. Nah, they was ancient. They was ignorant. They didn't know nothing. They couldn't have been that smart. Okay, I just want to break that down. And in the southern sky, what did they see? What they call the Sahu, the Orion and Orion. Excuse me, the belt of Orion, which represents Osiris. And those 3 stars you see represents what they do now. To this very day, still there. Okay, I use it for 3 generations. That's mine right there. Okay, but they showed you that in the something Sirius, the moon star Sirius, the bright star that we didn't even know about, that our ancients knew about. They still got another star that says brighter than the sun that we don't see because it's so far away, but they knew about it a long time ago. But they look out from the king's, that's the queen's chamber. They got our Isis over here. On the king's chamber, you see them pointing out to what? The Big Dipper over here in the northern sky. So they was very astute with the constellation. And a lot of times we can't understand it. Now guess what? The proof is right there. The calendar's up here. What man count? It was 28 days cycle. The moon cycle is 28 days. Don't give a damn what man say. 31 days, 30 days, 20. Don't care. Only one day y'all got right of the whole damn 12 months is February. How could that be? That's a bad percentage. 1 out of 12, your odds ain't too good. But that's the concept that they teach us. That's what we believe in. And here we go. I got another picture right here for the Great Pyramids in the northern sky. I'm going to read that for you. And I think that's going to be wrapping here. I'm going to wrap it up with this here. Now here's another view from the pyramid. Look what's in the constellation of stars. Remember, I tell you, random information is dots, okay? But when you put that random information together where it makes sense, connect them dots, you get the picture. That's the zodiac. It's always been there. That's what they got at our ancients. We like to let man say, well, Sunday is the day. No, Jews will tell you, I give them credit for one thing. They didn't let man change their tradition. No, we're going to keep the Sabbath holy. You can take what you want. So that's what separates them from the Christians pretty much. Moving on, they wrap this up. I just show you the picture of the Great Pyramid, Egypt, from the mystical constellation view from the south. Now I just showed you from the north. The north sky, the Great Pyramid, and imperishable stars. Some stars are fixed. They don't change. They stay there. That's it. And they knew that from what years of watching and see how they went. Okay? Now, we just viewed from the southern and the northern shafts leading from the main chamber of the Great Pyramid. Far right points to the point in space where there is no movement. Feel the read, so to speak, why nothing goes on. That's where we come from. And a simulated time-lapse photo of the northern sky produces a what? A circular motion, and a starlight appears as streaks across the background of the darkness of the outer space. The closer one moves toward the pole, the stars what? They appear to what? Move. Less, that is in a smaller circle, until at the very center there is what? No movement at all. This center, is of course an abstract point which transcends time and space. The changing nature of the pole star indicates that what? The philosophy related to the imperishable stars are not a physical location, but rather the mystical one. The abode that is the goal of all souls, you ready? Is not in the stars, but rather in that place where no changes or fluctuations occur. Feel the reads, aka absolute. Oh, here we come, wrapping it up. I got my word. This term we use for this region, this particular place, place from the Per Imharu, book of coming forth by light, by day, is what? Urantif. N is spelled Y-A-N-R-U-T-F. Y-A-N-R-U-T-F. Quoted is pronounced in Rantif. N /RUTEF, Urantif. It refers to what? The mythological state of the what? The grave of Asar, or the innermost shrine. Urantif also signifies what? That which is in the place where nothing grows, aka heaven. That's where we come from. The body is the physical part, the house, the spirit. If the spirit gets enlightened, it goes back home conceptually. That's why knowing thyself is the most important thing as us as spiritual beings having the human experience. You want to keep coming back? Enjoy the physical world. Keep doing the ignorant stuff, and you guaranteed that. You want to leave and not come back and go back to the old folks' home for the spirit? Go back home where you come from? Check me out. Do what I show you. Practice what I teach you, and you'll be what? Ready for that afterlife. To retire where it's supposed to be for those who what? Put the work in to know themselves. That's my lesson. Hope you got it. I enjoy giving it to you. You know, I'll be back. I got more. But right now, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100. Wait a minute. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm done. Excuse me. May you all live to be 100, me 100 minus a day. So I know that my right thinkers who got knowledge of self have passed away. And if you did, we'll meet again one day. I'm out.